Have you ever sat across from an old friend and felt like you were both speaking the same language, but from different planets? The laughs still echo, but they don't hit the same. The stories repeat. You smile, nod, sip your tea, but something in your chest whispers, I don't belong here anymore. And then comes the guilt, the heaviness. Am I a bad person for feeling this? Should I hold on or let go? This video isn't about blaming. It's not about toxic friendships or dramatic exits. It's about a deeper question. What should we do when our friendships no longer fit who we've become? Let's explore. Part 1. When a friendship starts to fade. There's a strange sadness in realizing you've outgrown someone who once felt like home. Not because they hurt you, but because time did what time always does. It moved forward, and so did you. Psychologically, we're built to evolve. Our values, desires, even the way we speak and listen, they all shift with each life season. But friendships, they often stay fixed in the version that first bonded you. And so you're left with this ghost, a friendship that exists, but no longer lives. You want more depth, or less noise, or simply different energy, but you stay silent because how do you explain that nothing bad happened, only that your soul feels misplaced? Part 2. Why guilt shows up. Guilt is tricky. It doesn't always mean you've done something wrong. Sometimes it just means you're doing something different. We feel guilty because we care, because we remember the good times, because we don't want to hurt someone who was once our anchor. But here's the truth. Staying in a friendship out of guilt is like watering a plant with no roots. It seems kind, but underneath, resentment starts to grow. Emotional intelligence isn't about being nice. It's about being real, with others, but first with yourself. You're not betraying them. You're honoring who you've become. And yes, that requires courage, because people don't always like when we change, especially if they haven't. Part 3. What do we owe each other? Here's the ethical punch. What do we actually owe our friends? Loyalty? Honesty? Time? Philosophers have been debating this for centuries. Aristotle said there are 3 kinds of friendship. One based on usefulness, one based on pleasure, and one based on shared virtue. Most of us confuse the first 2 for the third. We think that just because we've shared history, we owe each other forever. But friendship, at its best, is a mirror for who you are becoming, not a cage for who you used to be. So ask yourself, are you staying because of love or because of memory? That's the real question. Part 4. What to do about it. So, what now? You don't want to ghost them, but you also can't fake it. Here's a map, not a rule book. Step 1. Acknowledge the shift. Name it privately before you act on it. Say to yourself, this friendship no longer fits who I am. And that's okay. Step 2. Discern what kind of distance you need. Do you need to end it completely, or just let it slowly fade into the background of your life? Not every friendship needs a breakup speech. Some just need space to breathe. Step 3. Make peace with the guilt. Guilt doesn't mean you should stop moving forward. It means tread with care. Don't use it as a reason to stay where you don't belong. Step 4. Let the friendship evolve or dissolve. Not all endings are failures. Some are transformations. Maybe they'll come back in a new form later on. Maybe not. Let that be okay. Part 5. Honor the past. Live the present. Before you walk away, pause, not to change your mind, but to say thank you to the version of yourself that laughed with them, cried with them, grew beside them. That version of you mattered, and so did that friendship. But now, you have different questions, different longings, and that means it's time for different conversations. You're not selfish for moving on. You're just listening to the person you're becoming. And that person deserves relationships that speak to who they are now, not just who they used to be. So if you're holding on to a friendship that no longer holds you, maybe it's time to let go. With love. Not because it wasn't real, but because you finally are. Take a breath. Think of one person in your life who once meant the world to you, but no longer feels aligned. Let me know in the comments. When you felt that shift, how did you respond? Thanks for watching. This is Thinkstronaut, where inner space meets real life. Subscribe. Reflect. Think deeper.